has had tunnel vision from the start. It's Truls to start it off. Racket high as it has to be with the pace of Wang Chuqin.
A lively rally to begin here. This is going to be such an exciting match here. The Swedish boxer tricks against the world #1.
Good serve to earn that third ball as he side swipes it out of reach.
He puts 2 fingers on the backhand side of his bat when he does that serve, Truls Moregard. He's got a lot of unique characteristics.
Also, he's fighting for peace. Clever idea to come around this one. Heavy side spin with just a little bit of top on it, but the table not long enough to catch.
Nice control from Wang Chuqin. Truls let the ball drop, tried to hook it from below the table.
Rackets twiddled here, red side out for the speed. Oh, you want to see the rally continue. In case you're newer to the sport, most of the Chinese national team plays, there was the twiddle where he turns the red side out. But usually they play black on forehand, the stickier, tackier top sheet of rubber where they need more spin on the forehand side. But against the high balls, you don't need as much spin. You don't need that arc because you have such a good angle down at the table that catapult effect from the backhand side, the red spongy side, works well.
Again, not too much spin on the serve of Truls Moregard, but it's low and it's tight. Popped up slightly, not long by any means. Truls comes in over it.
He keeps it so unpredictable. The varying side spins with his top spin from inside out to wrapping around the ball. Little bend and twist here and there. It's a nice mix for Truls. It's brought him a lot of success. I'm impressed here. It's not the first time we've seen Truls absorb that big opening forehand shot. And then it's suddenly the onus that's left on Wang Chuqin to recover and try and do it again.
That was an irregular transition for Wang Chuqin to make, and the timing was still on point with all that power. Crazy, crazy athletic.
I don't know about you, I'm trying to see the ball. It's just moving too fast.
Yeah, literally, it is. The speed is unparalleled. Wang Chuqin with that big arm forehand, putting pressure on the backhand of Moregard.
A parallel nonetheless. Good step around the pivot as he turns the corner to secure a point. It's tight this game.
Has to make it count when he pivots. Wang wasn't far away.
He held his racket up high when he finished that stroke in case he needed to block again, it seemed.
Bit of fortune for Wang Chuqin, but he makes use of it. After motion of Truls was meant to deceive Wang. Wang wasn't going to be fooled there.
6-4.
How's your Swedish?
Terrible.
What did he say?
Well, I don't know.
That makes sense.
I know.
Okay. Clear some clear frustration there. Truls Moregard in a tight point. So at the second towel break, I know Truls Moregard wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a charmer, he's a fighter on the table. Some wonderful interviews. Wang Chuqin, arguably the most popular player in the world. If anyone else, it's going to be Sun Ying-sha, but the two of them brought so many people into the sport, and there's a reason for it. Full commitment from the backhand corner. It's the forehand on the pivot as Lionheart steps up by 3. Good look at the table there. Again, you might feel that he had his chances. Of course he did, but the quality of the shots coming in, it's just next level. The reason I brought up the fans, one of the reasons they like to know about Wang Chuqin. For 2 days in a row, I've been on the bus with Wang Chuqin. And I mentioned that Ma Long has been an incredible inspiration for him, as he has been for many. I feel that Wang Chuqin is in the tunnel with tunnel vision like Ma Long was and has been. Chop block does not connect, and it is 5 game points in the first here for Wang Chuqin to really set a strong tone here and send a very clear message in game 1. Swatting forehand, full arm stroke, gotta love it.
He blurs the lines, Truls Moregard. That's the kind of stuff that he was playing against Im Jong-hoon when he came back at the 2021 Worlds, where he ended up making that final. Crazy, crazy shot.
Chop block attempted after the swatting full stroke forehand, something that you might see in Sting Pong. Back for game number 2, Wang Chuqin in form right now. I say in form right now. Peculiar smile here from Truls. Do you have any thoughts as to what that might be?
I'm not sure, to be honest, but I think that he knows what he's in for here. I think... Wow, what a rally. Unbelievable. I don't want to talk over these amazing points, but sometimes you don't have a choice because of the speed of them.
Yeah, I think I had a thought about it. It might have been Truls' way of saying, when this guy's on, what can I possibly do? Get out of here, man. It's just too good.
We've seen it. We've seen it before. We had a similar expression at the star contender Ljubljana. What more can Truls do in certain moments?
His service game has been strong, and his ability to move in, follow the serve, get inside the baseline with a full stroke forehand. Short points. Nice little after motion there from Truls. Good practice backhand. It's what you do. Until you hear let, you keep playing.
Oh yeah, amazing retouch from Wang Chuqin. But Truls was hot on that. What a forehand flick. Came right through the back of the ball on this one.
Not an easy ball to play. That wasn't especially high. It was relatively deep. It's Wang Chuqin's right knee there. Variation in the push game, Truls. It's so funny, the expressions, the biggest smile we've seen was from a point where he was demolished, and the most frustrated he's looked was after winning that last point. Bag full of tricks. Nice combination, the jab on the bounce there, right after the bounce in the receive game, and the follow-up, too good.
It's an exciting second game here. Great backhand from Moregard. He's more block and punch orientated with his backhand than many, but that one was very fluid.
Clever idea, the bottle challenge. Table not big enough to receive it. Little fortune here for Wang Chuqin, he'll take it.
Interesting, Moregard here. Wouldn't say being passive, but trying to control a little bit more with slower balls. Variation is the name of the game. That's what he's bringing to the table here.
2-7.
Regifting. No miyage, a souvenir here for Truls Moregard. Almost nothing on this. You could feel how flat that shot was and the change of pace. It's an awkward ball. Truls is wonderful at giving you these awkward shots.
No two balls are the same.
8-3.
It's funny, you know, I was told before this, Wang Chuqin in an interview said that he felt like the underdog coming into this match.
I did not know that you were told that, and that is fascinating. I think he's an honest guy. You wonder if it's partially humility, but you wouldn't say that. I mean, with the Chinese team behind you, Wang Hao and the rest of the gang, they'd want to know that you're confident. I think that's impressive that he's been so vulnerable to admit that coming into this match. Well, now, a good look at that one. Truls blitzes the table with the backhand after a long exchange. Look at the bounce there. Think about how many funky side spin shots Wang Chuqin has had to deal with.
That would have been outrageous.
But the why? Truls says. No stranger to outrageous, Truls Moregard has made his fair share of outrageous shots. Here's one that I would say was quite unusual, the way he jabbed into that. It wasn't a fast push, it was just heavy spin and shallow.
It's such a great serve from Wang. That shovel often does it when he's in trouble, but managed to trap the spin. Truls Moregard.
And now it is 5 game points. And if Truls takes it on the first, he is outperformed Wang Chuqin's 11-6 win in game 1. But survival here, Wang Chuqin saves a game point, gets the serves back. Nice to see fans in Japan carrying the Swedish flag, posters, pictures of Truls, some of the Lebrun brothers. What are you thinking right now?
I'm just thinking he's played the T-League, hasn't he? In Japan, he'll have a lot of fans here. It's a very charismatic player, very marketable player.
And a player with 3 game points left, rather.
Where's the timeout?
Well, got a towel break. Might want to save it. I can understand. I don't know. This is one of those positions he's got to serve. If he can capitalize on it now and save the timeout for later, if that doesn't work at 10-9, but let's see. Pivotal point here.
10-8.
Ah, little reference to a performance in the gold medal match in Paris. Oh, dismissed. He moved. Here's the timeout. Truls goes inside out to the wide forehand early on. Game point left. Oh, and it pays off. The Moregard story and more games in this match because he just won game number 2. Game number 3, momentum with Moregard. Slower side spin with the top.
It's interesting now. I feel like now he's showing himself it's possible in this match by winning a game. Moregard's confident he can go on and win more. And Wang Chuqin will have the result from Frankfurt in his head, losing to Schalberry in 3 straight. I mean, it's been the Scandinavians that managed to beat Wang Chuqin.
Anders Lind, the third, comes to mind. Ooh, tomahawk chop block. If it comes down, it's not going to be easy, but with some height on it, it won't be easy to defend against Wang Chuqin's next shot either.
Spinny ball, he heaved up the back of it. A lot of physicality there to produce a slower, spinnier one.
Table not long enough for a few shots already in this game. Truls trying to play a little bit awkward, change the pace, vary the spin. Wang Chuqin seems quite determined right now.
3-2.
Serve has been so crucial for Truls. He's won his fair share of points. I'm imagining we'll have some statistics on that in not too long. But in the modern game, that backhand receive from over the forehand side of the table, Wang Chuqin does incredibly well. Just credit to Truls in his service game.
Obviously, Wang feels like it's going to be difficult to receive with the forehand touch or forehand push.
It's a tough toss there. Swing and a miss, trying to go to the ball kid. When he picks up that right foot like this, you know that you've got a lot of force coming your way.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's a decent receive from Moregard. The silhouette there from Wang Chuqin.
I think the length on that serve was perfect. Got a little hesitation from Moregard's side. Had to play it from baseline. Wang Hao up on his feet, getting quite vocal here. You can hear the Chole Chu. What does it mean? Nobody knows. A lot of different theories about it, where it comes from, the origin.
Ooh, well, Moregard had his chance. Wang Chuqin pushing it into that temptation zone. The beware of dog sign, as you say, Adam.
Yeah, just a reminder that there's a lot of pressure waiting on the other side of the fence, or the net in this specific case. Wang Hao's collapse, to me, this is just sort of a sign of the turbulence in Wang Chuqin's last 3 months, 5 months even. We mentioned the 3 Scandinavians. Of course, Lin Shadong, you get a pass. Benjamin Faraji.
Yeah, he's trying to retain that regimental persona of Wang Chuqin. Get it back, get that back, that mojo.
Good coverage on that forehand inside the table. The score line has changed. It's been quite tight till the last several points. And that head shake there, you have to imagine, had something to do with the footing, as Truls Moregard felt a little bit flatter-footed in this moment. Could have been part of the plan to surprise, to not telegraph it all. But yeah, that clap, that's a man who knows that Wang Chuqin really needs to end this year strong, for his own personal confidence. And as you said, a man who came into this the top seed, yet feeling like the underdog, where his head-to-head is 8-1.
It's fascinating, isn't it? Wang Chuqin, the top seed at the Olympics after a 93% win rate over the season.
And the frustration of Truls as he tries to play the chop block. The percentages haven't been nearly as high as they were, say, I don't know, throughout this year for Truls. It's one of his most consistent and tricky shots, but 6 of the last 8 points for the top seed, Lionheart, Wang Chuqin.
Clever play there from Wang Chuqin, just to adjust the positioning of his third ball as he saw Moregard drift out, expecting something more powerful. The Swede, Wang, secure plate into the middle.
5 game points now. The only Chinese man on his half of the draw, let alone the top seed. Nice change of pace, slow and spinny on the parallel. Truls saves a game point.
Clever play from Moregard. He can fake top spin so well with his shots. We call it a dummy loop.
A lot of thoughts about that. Fast, long serve to get into it, and getting out of it, it's Wang Chuqin with a 2-1 lead now. That is too good. What Truls did in the middle of this had us both sitting upright in our seats, or at least, I don't know, it was just that right there. It was like a boxing nun, a straightforward punch with the racket head straight up like a stop sign, shape and everything. The look from Truls.
That was frighteningly good. You know, it's interesting with what he said about feeling like the underdog. How much did he need to feel like the underdog against a player as remarkable as Truls Moregard? That's a coping mechanism. He needs to, he's humble as he is, Wang Chuqin.
There's a common thing that players do in different systems as well, where they won't look up the stats of their opponent or the ratings per se. I know rankings are very volatile right now with the new system in WTT. Every Tuesday, new rankings come out. 12 of the last 16 points before this, Wang Chuqin had won. And now, Truls has won. As he dries his hand on the table, he exhales, tries to stay loose. Still, you can feel the pressure inside despite the scoreline.
So clever, Wang Chuqin. Sometimes he widens the serve, sometimes he slows the serve, but it's the same motion. Sometimes he makes it more intentionally bouncy, and that's causing Moregard to be indecisive with the receive. Second guess himself.
First towel break here, and the type of score line that Wang Chuqin has worked hard for, and Truls Moregard is hoping to avoid and also working quite hard, but it's just the consistency, the power, the adaptability of Wang Chuqin. He's not making it easy for Truls to get in. Nice second one off the ground here. With the touch play, I think the recovery and the footwork of Wang Chuqin was quite impressive, even though the contact wasn't what he hoped for on the final shot.
I thought when Truls retouched it was going to be curtains there.
Full arm forehand stroke, and the score line gets tighter after 2 points for Truls. The way he raised the finger, I thought it might have caught, okay, I guess it didn't catch an edge. I don't know why Wang Chuqin raised his finger. 5 serving 4. Clever idea, but the first point in a long time for Wang Chuqin after he was up 5-1. And then Truls had 3 in a row, but breaking the momentum here. Timeout, so far so good. That's as corner as can be, still clean top of the table, but where the gold lines meet.
Yeah, Moregard getting smothered here. Oh, wow. He is devastating off of the half-long ball.
Oh, flash right there. Third row.
No flashlight. Thank you.
A few punches work, as you've described the backhand of Truls. He's got the spin when he needs it. But much like a player who's come through the ranks with him, Adriana Diaz, that punchy backhand can really be tough for players to rally with, and a very effective shot. Wang Chuqin's adapted well to lift and counter back. Into that elbow, finds the middle from way back behind the table. A bit of side spin to help guide that heat-seeking missile.
Excellent loops here from Moregard. Into that crossover.
Yeah, would have hit him in the sternum had he not ducked and leaned to get the forehand into play. So starting to get quite close, but mentally this is when players have learned that they have to stay laser focused. And that's what he's done so far. Wang Chuqin, who called himself the underdog, is sitting on 5 match points to get revenge. Not so fast. Truls goes inside out wide, staying alive, saves a match point.
Changing to this wider pendulum serve, nice over the table from Moregard. Haven't seen him serve the pendulum all too much.
Ooh, the lawnmower. Just pulls that one out and wide, and it creeps over the net. Look at that, strawberry side spin. A little bit of under on it as well. Hashtag Simone Gozi.
Grazing the net there.
Still in it. They've both called their timeouts. Truls Moregard against Hugo Calderano, 4-10 down in Paris this summer. Was able to find a way back. In Paris this summer, he was also able to beat Wang Chuqin. It's been a long way to get here, 3 in a row, and he's got the serves should he get through the first. And he does. 4 match points saved and a second serve. The pressure that he's under and that he's withstood so far, it's building. Wang Chuqin closes the door. Has to take a minute just to breathe this in. And as close as Truls can.